Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Money in the Bank 2016 live review here on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeelSteven. We have a lot to discuss about. I know a lot of you right now are feeling some type of way, are really right now just scratching your heads to what just happened tonight live on pay-per-view. Like I said, Money in the Bank is already in the books. And now we're on the road to WWE SummerSlam. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'll be taking your live calls in just a few moments. And if you want to interact on Twitter, it's at HeelSteven. Use the hashtag HeelInTheBank. So, all that fun stuff. Get that trending on Twitter. And again, a lot to discuss. But as always, I am not alone. I'm joined by two awesome guys. Number one, I'm joined by one of the guys that I was with during WrestleMania weekend, all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana. Hopefully he's sober, but that's just around the point. He's the host of Wrestling and Bullshitting with Mitch and Matt, and you all like the sound of that. Matt, what's up, brother?
Good. This is Matt from And the Rope Show. I'm excited to talk about Money in the Bank and to help jerk off the rest of the IWC/YWC.
God, I miss hearing that voice. I miss waking up to that voice, like I said, no homo. And we are joined by Gold Standard 000. Ross, how are you, buddy?
Doing great. Good to be here.
Exactly. Of course, it's good to be here. We'll be reading comments, taking live calls momentarily. Money in the Bank, guys. Overall, your thoughts on both of you gentlemen. Your thoughts overall on the show. Hit or miss. What was it for you guys?
I'd say it was for the most part, I thought they hit it well. All the big matches delivered, and I think that's what you remember most from a show. The undercard matches weren't that great, but I feel like everything else was just so good that you almost forgot about everything else.
Yeah, of course. I mean, overall, though, I'll be honest. I thought the show, to me, was solid. Did it have some moments where I was like, whatever? Yeah. But nonetheless, it's WWE free. I think we always say that, where they'll have those cards where they'll have a card where some match is going to be good. Some matches will, maybe by some miracle, surpass your expectation. And then there's going to be matches where it's like, why do they even have this on? You know what I mean? What about you, Matt? I know
If
you're
I had
excited
to
right now.
put
I know you're.
this,
Go ahead.
if I had to put this in comparison to Money in the Bank last year, this was a better pay-per-view than the Money in the Bank pay-per-view from 2015. I would say this is a much better pay-per-view. I think the undercard was better this year than last year. The main event match was better, and the actual Money in the Bank ladder match was better. So overall, I liked it a lot, actually.
All right. Um, Again, it was live from Las Vegas, live from the new T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Where they'll be having UFC 200 in a couple of weeks. So WWE beat UFC to it, if you will. The show kicked off with the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the tag titles. You had the Vaudevillains versus the New Day defending their tag titles versus the Club Sandwich or Club Soda versus the, Certified G's and Kaz and Enzo. I thought overall, from what I saw, it was a very solid match. A good way to kick off the show. The crowd was into it. And I'll be very honest, though. It was a good match all you want, but I wasn't happy really with the finish. Like, I don't think New Day should have gone over. What do you guys think on that?
I thought the finish was not perfect. I wouldn't really call it awful, but I was totally expecting a kick out because the Magic Killer had been hit, but it was like a long while. So usually that means, oh, they're gonna kick out. So if anything, that says that the Magic Killer is this really strong finishing move. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. What about you, Matt? What about you?
Um, Here's what bothered me about the finish. I don't know who you're gonna blame here. You can blame Big Kaz, or you could blame Luke Gallows, but it was very odd when Luke Gallows was just kind of standing there waiting for Kaz to get up without like trying to break up the pin. That was really odd. I hated that little botch at the end. As it pertains to the match itself, I thought it was a perfect curtain jerker for the show. It was a good way to get the crowd pumped up. New Day in the beginning when they cut a promo, I thought it was actually one of their worst. Did not care for it. I didn't think it was funny at all, and I love New Day, but I did not care for it. As it pertains to them retaining, I actually thought that was the right call here. The reason being is the money now with New Day is them fighting Enzo and Kaz.
Do you think so? Like the
Yes, I think the
money.
money right now is a match between the two of them. So that's what I would go with at SummerSlam. I would have Enzo and Kaz versus New Day, and Enzo and Kaz will win the belts at SummerSlam. That's what I would go
They'll
with.
get the belts before they end up going that year out. You think?
Wait, repeat that?
All right, so you're saying like the money is with them, SummerSlam,
Yes.
Kaz and Enzo versus the New Day, and I think
Yes.
that'll be a good match. All you want. So you're saying that WWE will not allow them to go over the year record, like because again, they already are the longest reigning tag team champions supposedly. Do you want them to go over the year date, or do you just have them lose at SummerSlam?
I'd have them lose at SummerSlam, honestly.
Okay, what about you, Ross?
They could go over the year date, but I would say if you're going to give it to Enzo and Kaz, SummerSlam would be the time to do it.
All right, what about you, Ross? What do you think, buddy?
Um, they didn't surpass London and Kendrick, right?
I think they're about to. I don't know. It's been that long, dude.
Um,
Like,
yeah, they had a really long title reign. I remember that. I would think WWE would want them to break that record, but yeah, SummerSlam seems like a good time. But if they want them to break the record and SummerSlam's not long enough, then I guess I'm okay with Night of Champions. I don't know, but yeah, they need to drop it pretty soon.
I and I guess, and I'll be very honest. I think again the New Day is good all you want, but I'm one of those guys that I don't know. I feel like you've seen it all already with the New Day, and it's like, what else
Yeah,
could they possibly do?
and that's kind of the point, right? Why have them break the record if it's just them just holding on to the belts? You know what I'm saying? Like at the expense of Enzo and Kaz. I think that's almost irresponsible on the WWE's part just to say they broke the record. They've already done everything. You don't need them to break the record. Yeah, that's just one more thing to throw on them. I don't. I really don't think that it really is that much of a benefit for them to even break it at this point. So, other than just having the highlight or the title of saying that. So I think honestly, Enzo and Kaz should take it just so things aren't repetitious and boring. Because come SummerSlam, if they're still the champions, it's gonna get a little stale. I'm ready
Exactly.
for something different.
Well, I mean, come on. They went from Unicorn Magic to Bootios to what is it now? The Time Machine they did a couple of weeks ago. Like,
Yeah.
what else could they do? Like, what else are they gonna have them do? I would expect it by now. Hey, you know what? Either Kellogg's or General Mills or Post would have fucking made Bootio cereal. Ooh, do you feel that way? Like, do you think that it could have been that could have gone the route eventually? Like, hey, by now, based on how
Wait,
popular.
actually having a cereal that children would eat called Bootios, I don't think they would ever brand that for kids.
You never
It's
know.
like a rim
Shit.
job in a box. I don't think that's
I mean, it's
I don't
possible.
know.
You just never fucking know. It's fucking possible. But overall, though, I guess we can all agree again. It's just match solid, good way to kick off the show. Some say the right team went over. Some say, hey, you know what? At a time like this, I would have given it to the Vaudevillains or the Cloud again for a curveball, if you will. Just that swerve, because again, everyone's expecting either Kaz or Enzo or the club. But at the same time, what if they just give it to the Vaudevillains?
Oh God.
Again, you don't see it coming. It's a swerve, and boom, booyah. After this, we had. I don't know why they did this match, but again, Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. Why oh why is beyond me. Again, just why? This is like what their fifth time already going at it. Is it?
I honestly don't even want to talk about it. There's no point talking about this match. And I am a member of the anti-Ziggler coalition, and I don't even want to rant about this. Like
It's sad.
Yeah,
Like
maybe they've
it's
had 5 matches, but it's like it's not doing anything for Baron Corbin. It's not doing anything for Ziggler. The fans don't like it. There's no reason to like it. There's no story behind this. There's no reason why they're fighting. I don't even remember why they started this feud. I think it was the Raw after Mania, and it was just like they had a match and Corbin beat the shit out of him, and they've been fucking having matches ever since. I don't think anyone can actually give me a specific reason why they're actually having these series of matches. It's bad.
it's bad and it's boring and no one cares anymore. Like, don't
Well,
get me wrong, I get it. If your objective is to get Ziggler to put over these young guys, god damn, how many times, how many matches do you need where that's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like, Ross, do you get where I'm going with this, bro?
Oh yeah, I totally get what you mean. I don't have a problem with Ziggler putting over Baron Corbin, but I feel like it didn't really accomplish what they wanted to. Because Ziggler and Corbin, what have they really been doing? I know how it started, but ever since then, I'm just kind of lost. Like, what is this feud about? Why is it still continuing? Is it just because it was a 1-1 and you need to break a tie? Like,
I
there
would
needs to be
assume
more of a
so.
reason than that.
Exactly. I mean, you think about it too. They've had matches literally leading up to this pay per view match. Every match they've had on Raw, right? So it's like, what else are you gonna do here? I mean, yeah, granted it was good that Corbin went over here, but I think all of us can agree, even those in the chat, we can all agree that hopefully this is the end already, like no more.
no,
Like,
you know what? I hope at SummerSlam they have one more match.
oh
I hope they
god,
have. I hope they have.
please tell me you're fucking, please tell me you don't mean that.
I
Please
hope
tell me
they have.
right
I
now.
hope,
No, you don't.
Steven,
Fuck it.
they
Fuck
have
you.
a
No, you
hair
don't.
versus hair match,
No, they
and
have
Baron
Ron
Corbin
Cole.
shaves his fucking head because he's balding worse than
No,
fucking
no, no.
Jacqueline at the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Make
Oh.
sure she dabs on you now. Make sure she dabs on
I don't
you.
care about that shit.
Hey,
That balding is bad. He looks bad. He's got to shave that shit. So I'm calling it now. I'm calling it right now on the show. It's gonna be hair versus hair, Ziggler versus Baron Corbin at SummerSlam because that's what the people want. And Baron Corbin's gonna get his fucking weird ass bald head shaved even balder. It's happening.
you think so? I mean, could it be like the Jerry, the curly, the blonde lock versus the balding?
Hashtag shave Baron shave.
Shave Baron shave. I like that.
Yeah.
Get that trending. Shave Baron shave or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully again that's the end of it and we can move on. And we had Sheamus versus Apollo Crews. And this, I gotta be honest, I didn't care. I really did not care at all. Are you guys the same way? Like, do you guys not care at all about this match?
Um, I didn't care for the build up, but I actually liked the match. I thought the match was better than Baron Corbin and Ziggler. I felt like both men actually worked pretty well together, and I actually liked the finish because it gives them a reason to have another match, and maybe they can add more to the story. I really, it didn't bother me too much, and the fans were actually into it. So I thought it was pretty decent.
That's just fun, but to me, it's like okay, I get the scenario. Here's Sheamus, a guy that's been around for so long, and he sees the new era, right? The new era, the new guys coming in, and he pretty much is trying to claim his spot, right? Because these new guys are taking over, if you will. That's the scenario. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Apollo Crews went over, right? I'm assuming here,
Yes.
so it's good for him. What do you think, Ross?
I think this is a travesty. A guy like Apollo Crews should not be beating my boy Sheamus right here. See, I'm in protest of this because obviously Sheamus wasn't ready. So, and Sheamus' shoulders weren't all the way down. Don't even get me started. Sheamus deserved to win this match. I hope he gets a rematch tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw because this is just ludicrous. I'm gonna take this to the papers if I have to. Okay,
Oh,
I will.
you know they're gonna do a paper. You know they're going to do a rematch on Raw. Fuck it,
No,
they'll probably do a rematch on
you
They
know
WWE.
they're
they
gonna
have
have
to.
5 rematches on 5 Raws leading up to the next 2 pay-per-views. Then they're gonna have more matches, and then if you're lucky, you might get one gimmick match.
No. Here what you do. Here's what you do. You have Baron Corbin and Sheamus versus the Dolph. Baron Corbin and Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler and Apollo Crews in a tag team match. Player, holla, 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 player.
That's what the people want to see. Take two feuds that
Yeah.
have no stories and throw them together against the wall, and maybe something will stick. That
Holla,
sounds like
holla, holla, holla,
book
holla, holla, player. Holla, holla, holla.
101.
Holla, 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 player. We got a tag team match in the main event of SmackDown. I'm just fucking around now. After this, we had Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Becky Lynch and Natalya. Tag team match. It was a decent match. I'm not going to say it was something exciting or out of the ordinary here. Dana Brooke and Charlotte went over with some, I guess what I say is some miscommunication, if you will. Dana Brooke pushed Becky Lynch into Natalya, which caused the pinfall for Charlotte to pin on Natalya, and then at the end, Natalya, out of rage and frustration, she attacks Becky Lynch.
I did not care for this.
I'll be honest, I don't mind seeing them feud. It may sound crazy, but I don't mind it though. I don't mind seeing the feud.
I'm
don't
in
care.
agreement actually with Steven because it gives us another feud to go along with the main feud.
Exactly.
Like what's wrong with having a secondary women's feud?
Exactly. What's wrong with that? I mean, again, granted, it's WWE. You know, we don't trust the way they're gonna book these women's matches, and I get it. You know, a lot of people still want Charlotte. A lot of people, want to see Sasha Banks. I'm sorry. People were saying, "Where is we want Sasha? We want Sasha." But the reality is, they're gonna save her to SummerSlam.
Here's what I would have done.
What you would have done? Book Matt. Book.
In
book,
in
Matt,
my
book.
opinion, Becky Lynch is stale. I think she's one of the stalest women's wrestlers they have right now. I would have made her frustrated and turned her heel. Because honestly, her as a babyface is not interesting at all. I feel like you could at least show some personality. You can move her in a new direction. Natalya, she's fine what she's doing. You could have kept her as a babyface. People still like her. But it's just Becky Lynch feels like she's in like mid-card women fucking hell right now. Like there's no direction with her. And yeah, maybe this feud will be something, but I'm not giving the WWE the benefit of the doubt that they can book two women's feuds on one show because they can't. So I don't feel very good about this. But yeah,
I agree.
it's something. But I think Becky would have been more beneficial for her to turn heel, honestly.
Yeah, I know. And honestly, here's how I look at it too. Here's what I see happening. Okay, tomorrow on Raw, you're gonna have, I guarantee, Natalya trying to apologize to Becky for what happened. It was in the moment of frustration, right? And she'll forgive her. Then leading up to Raw in the upcoming Raws, you're gonna have them team up again and lose and lose and lose, and that's when she'll snap again. She'll snap again. She'll snap again.
I hope not. God, that
It's
sounds.
like Goldust and Cody from like 2015. Remember? Like near the end.
Yeah.
Just hopefully without the
Ugh.
botch and without the messed up opportunity to make the match, if you will. I'm not saying carry this shit to SummerSlam. Fuck no. But
No.
again, it's WWE for you.
Well, here's the thing. It's not like Becky Lynch and her like have had this chemistry or this friendship for years. Like they fucking just teamed up, and now all of a sudden she's pissed and she's like, "You cost me the match." Like it's one fucking match. It's one tag match at a pay-per-view. Like I don't know. I don't see that carrying a whole fucking feud.
But listen though, it's not a bad tag match. It's the tag match.
You see what I'm saying, though? It's not like they were partners for years. They were teamed up one time at this pay-per-view, and they lost. Like, you're going to carry a whole feud for a program for a few months over that?
But Matt, like you said, it's what the people want.
Oh, God.
It's what the women want, Michael. Reading the comments here, YOLO by Silver Surfer. Hi, Kevin, by Between the Ropes Show. Hi, Matt. I knew when Dean won Money in the Bank, he wasn't going to leave with it. Thrash Maniac, what's up, Steven? What's up, man? Looney Tunes 2250. He really trying to stick up for Sheamus, LOL. And then you, Ray, responds, unfortunately. Interesting. After this, we had the match that everyone's been waiting for: John Cena and AJ Styles. 15 years in the making, the dream match, right? The match that everyone's been wanting to see for a very, very fucking long time, and it finally took place. It was WWE versus TNA.
And TNA won.
It was WWE versus the Independents.
Or WWE versus New Japan.
Or WWE versus damn Dixie, but okay.
Versus that Florida territory.
Yes. Overall, I'm going to say this. The match itself was a very, very, very good match. The whole story was, Cena couldn't keep up with AJ. Do you get that vibe too? That was the storyline here. Apparently Cena couldn't keep up with AJ. AJ found every counter. He was more offensive than Cena. My only big annoyance, I don't know if you guys caught this. I'm sure you guys did because it was quite obvious. Cena was talking throughout the match.
Yes, and Cena does
Yes.
that in every big match that he's in. He's so vocal and loud when he talks to his opponents and calls his spots. I hate that about Cena.
There's spot near the end that he had him on the apron. He had him on the top turnbuckle. All right, you ready? You ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. Here we go. Grab my leg. You actually fucking heard it.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Cena's really bad about that. He's
What
always
the
been bad
fuck?
about that.
Like, what is the problem with this? Like, what's wrong with him?
He's always done that though, so I mean it's nothing new with him.
Yeah, I guess.
As it pertains to the match, I thought it was really good. I think Cena at the twilight of his career has put on the best matches of his career. It was a fantastic showing between AJ and Cena. This is definitely, every wrestling dream boy, scenario of TNA and WWE going at it. And by hook or by crook, AJ won. And actually, I'm okay with the finish because it gives them another reason to have another match and continue the feud. And I think they'll finish the feud at SummerSlam. Hopefully with AJ going over, because I think what they're going to do is at Payback, that's the next pay-per-view, right? It's Payback?
No, Battleground.
Battleground, yes. At Battleground, Cena is going to beat AJ, and then at SummerSlam, they're going to have, the final blow-off match, and hopefully AJ goes over, but I actually was okay with the finish. I did not care for the way the ref took the fucking bump, because it didn't even look like anything hit him. He just kind of flew.
Just like TNA, like back when you remember that fucking.
Yeah.
It was Bully
But-
Ray and EC3. It was fucking some anniversary.
But I was actually okay with the majority of the booking of this match.
Yeah. I mean, overall, listen, here's how I look at it too. Do I agree with the finish? Was it fucked up? Yes. Because you're implying that Cena can't lose clean. But then again, let's be real about it. Everyone would have bitched and moaned if Cena was the one to have gone over here. So either way, you're going to bitch and moan anyway. Does anybody else get that vibe? Like, does anyone else get that perception almost?
Well, at least you can bitch and moan about AJ winning, which is better. So
Yeah.
I mean, he won. Now, yeah, like you said, Matt, they're going to continue this feud on. I say till SummerSlam, they'll do the blow-off. Do you think, though, and I'm going to go to also you, Ross, as well with this. Do you guys think, even in the guys, people in the chat, I'm asking the same question also. Do you guys think that John Cena from here is going to win every single match against AJ Styles? Just like Kevin Owens, just like Rusev, just like Bray Wyatt?
yeah, most likely, yeah, because it's the WWE. In an ideal dream scenario, no, Cena would put AJ over. But I feel like if history repeats itself, or is a good indicator of what would happen in the future, they're going to have Cena go over. And unfortunately, I think they're probably going to do that, as much as I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
What about you, Ross?
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna end up doing. I've seen this way too many times. It's kind of a I need to kind of see it to believe it thing. So until I see it, I'm just gonna go with Cena. Yeah, I just
Well,
I-
it's
I-
like the
yeah.
WWE trolls us too. Like
Mhm.
they let the opponent get the initial victory, and you
Yep.
think, oh my God, maybe there's a glimmer of hope that, Cena will put somebody over for the feud, not just a
Mhm.
match. And then they crush our dreams. So,
Yep. And it was
Now,
very
what
back
if
and forth, like all the spots, all the near falls and shit. It was fucking amazing. What are you gonna say, Russ? I'm sorry, buddy.
I had an idea just pop in my head. I don't know if it's good or not, but I'm just gonna say it, throw it out there. What if then the second match they do is a draw? I know WWE doesn't like to do draws. What if you have a draw? So then it gives you another reason to continue on to SummerSlam, and then you kind of go with there. So it's not like, oh, it was AJ Cena Cena. It was AJ draw Cena. So one draw one, and you don't need to break the tie.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, they could do that. I mean, again, I think what you should do in this. I mean, I don't know though, because again, it's WWE we're talking about here. WWE we're talking about. They're not big on that whole concept either.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say at Battleground, you do a 6-person tag. You have the club, all 3 members of the club, versus AJ and Kaz and Enzo. Why not, right?
what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not?
At Battleground?
Yeah, and a 6-person tag and a 6-person. So you're
Uh,
not come on. You're not gonna put the New Day, right? You're not gonna have
Mm-hmm.
the fucking New Day in there.
no, I think at Battleground they might have a number one contendership match for the tag titles, possibly. I don't
Why?
know.
Why would
Maybe.
no, dude? That's so WCW though. Why would WWE have a number one contendership match
don't,
at a pay per view?
don't you mean that's so TNA?
Nah, more like WCW.
um, that's a possibility, I guess. I mean, who knows? Maybe Randy Orton will show up and we'll do Randy
Mm-hmm.
Orton and John Cena versus the goddamn club.
The Country Club or the. Reading the comments here. Looney Tunes 2250. He really tries to for Sheamus. Hey, I thought John Cena bears everyone and wins all the time, but AJ won. So what's up? I actually think AJ will win the blow off match at SummerSlam. It very well could happen. Let's hope so. I mean, it could
Yeah.
very, very well happen. Now, I'm not saying they're going to really go through with that, but it's quite possibly that it could happen. The shit very well could happen.
Anything can happen.
One thing that I found very intriguing as well, do you know the shirt that Cena wore today to the ring?
No, what was on it?
I
Y'all
don't know.
notice? So apparently WWE, when Cena came back a while back, they came up with the concept for him, a new shirt. Apparently it was a spin off of something of a certain brand.
Oh, of Pabst Blue
Oh
Ribbon
yeah.
beer.
Yeah. So apparently they had a design, it was all Cena logo and shit, and the company that was made them pull it down for a season desist. So now Cena's apparently wearing the shirt again. It's apparently back on WWE Shop.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I like the shirt.
Yeah, me too. I mean, then again, I was always big. I was a bigger fan of the Rise Above Hate shirt, but that's just me, of course. But again, I'm happy this AJ won. Even though, yeah, at the same time, I agree with people that are saying it's bullshit the way he won. He should have not won that way. It should have been different. Cena should have lost clean. But come on, I mean,
That's what heels do. They cheat to
yeah,
win.
exactly. But we'll see what happens on Raw. I'll tell you this much. Again, this feud's gonna continue on. Then
Mm-hmm.
we get to. I'm surprised this shit went on after. Then again, I'm not, cause I'll be real. When this match happened next, I forgot his match. I forgot the match was even on the card. Rusev and Titus O'Neil for the U.S. title. Yeah, who would have thought, right? Like again,
I just want to say one thing.
sure.
It's kind of upsetting that since Miz won the IC title, that belt has faded into obscurity. Miz wasn't on the show. The IC title wasn't even mentioned because I know the Miz is filming some goddamn movie. So
Him and the
that's
whole social outcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this match, I'll tell you what, didn't care about it. Didn't care for the finish. But I thought Rusev fucking with Titus O'Neil's kids at the
Kids was
end
fucking gold.
was awesome. That was amazing.
You know, there's one of the kids chopped Rusev at the end, like on the back,
Yeah.
fuck you, motherfucker, like, fuck you, bitch.
Like just that last part at the end saved the whole fucking match from being
And
terrible. I
and
like
while
that.
and it's funny because Titus O'Neil was sitting next to Wale, the rapper, Wale. Um,
Mhm.
so you thought, hey, Wale gonna fucking get involved in the match? I knew he was not, but imagine. And I'll be honest, the idea that I had, you're gonna have this whole thing where Titus O'Neil is about to win the belt, and out comes Darren Young. His whole hashtag, let's make Darren Young great again. You had him cause Titus O'Neil the match.
Uh,
I mean, think about it. If anyways debut him under the whole new life coach shit, I thought that would have been it. What do you guys think
Yeah.
in the
mhm.
chat? What do you guys think? Down in the chat, let us know.
Well, you
Uh,
know what I think they need to do? They need to do like the Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero's son storyline where Rusev is like, the kid's really mine. And they put like the contract
like
on the
yes,
fucking
okay,
above with the
okay,
ladder and they
let
for the
okay.
custody of the child.
So
I think
A Bulgarian American, they're gonna give birth to African American children. Okay,
Exactly. That doesn't that just sound
I,
amazing?
only in
I think
WWE.
I think the whole idea of Darren Young debuting like that, it'd be kind of a nice swerve because I think when you see these promos and everything, you assume Darren Young's gonna be a face. And so then he comes out and you're like, oh, he's gonna help Titus, and he doesn't. It's like, oh, so he's not a good guy. Ah, all right.
He
Yeah, I
again,
agree. I'd be down for that. It'd be something different. And
they're trying to make Darren great again.
I'm
That's the
I'm
objective.
actually a kind of a fan of Darren Young. I thought it was kind of funny when he first debuted. Everybody called him the Black John Cena. Yeah,
He
kind of
looks
looks
like
like
him.
it a little bit.
Yeah, he
But
does.
I think he's actually pretty decent in the ring, so I'd be down for that.
Of course, I mean he's always been talented. They never really did nothing with him. I think hopefully this whole new gimmick, this whole make Darren Young great again works. Just saying.
Well, I think there's also some money to be made with Darren Young, um, because he is their only openly gay wrestler on their roster currently.
Yeah, he
Um,
is. Absolutely, he
and
is.
I think that's a positive thing for the WWE if they were to, not bring it up all the time, but not hide that fact, because especially after the Orlando shooting, I think it would be a good thing for the WWE publicity wise to have an openly gay wrestler and something for the gay community to actually, because you represent, like white wrestlers, black wrestlers, Latino, you have all the ethnicities, but you really don't have anything to represent the gay community. And I think that's something Darren can bring to the table. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually do something with him.
Of course. What do you think, Ross?
Yeah, I think it would be a very good thing for WWE to push Darren Young. He, he's not gonna wow you or anything, but I think it would look good for WWE's image because WWE they tend to look at some types of people and kind of pigeonhole them with this gimmick, and it ends up not working out. Whether it's on purpose or not. That's just kind of how things go. But with here, if it succeeds, it gets more attention throughout media, and they'll look, well, wait a minute, here's a guy who's actually succeeding, and I think it would be good for their image for sure.
Of course. Reading the comments here, my Draven G writes, I hope they're not going the sympathetic route with Roman Reigns, especially with how smug he came out off tonight. God, I'm hoping. Louis 220 writes, God, I'm hoping Reigns heel turn on at Raw. Krishana Singh, I apologize if I botched your name. AJ is not a WWE product. He will be relegated to mid-card status after Johnny Boy beats him. Ruru and Kerman White. Okay.
Well, I just want to say one last thing. Did y'all know that Cena and AJ Styles are both 39 years old?
39? I thought they were. Is it 39?
They're both 39 years old.
Wow, I thought it did 38. They must have
So
just turned 30.
Yeah,
Okay,
so come
39.
WrestleMania, the next
All
WrestleMania,
right.
John Cena will be 40 years old.
Oh
Damn,
boy.
he's getting old.
Didn't The Rock just turn 40?
Yeah.
Like that was a few years ago.
Yep. It's
Oh
amazing.
boy.
They're both 39 and they're able to pull up that kind of a match. Can you imagine if this shit would have taken place, let's say, 5 years ago? Or fucking 7 years ago? Can you imagine? Just the stuff they would be able to pull off?
Hmm.
Hmm. Just saying. You know?
Well, and AJ isn't even past his prime yet.
I mean,
It's the
he's already.
crazy thing. He can
Yeah.
still do 450 splashes at 39 years old. Oh my God.
Exactly, dude. It's fucking amazing. It's AJ Styles for you. But enough about all. Let's get now to the match that really matters here. The main event of the evening. For the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins versus the champ then, Roman Reigns. Gentlemen, what's everyone's thoughts on this match? Your
Well,
thoughts
wait.
overall?
Are we not talking about the the key match of this pay-per-view?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Totally slipped my mind. Okay.
I was gonna
Damn.
say
I feel like
something,
that's kind of
but
a precursor to this match, you know?
Okay. So, we had the Money in the Bank ladder match. It was Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus Sami Zayn versus Alberto Del Rio versus Dean Ambrose versus Jericho. Overall, I thought it was a very, very good, solid Money in the Bank ladder match. Will I put it up there with one amongst the very best? I still feel like the WrestleMania 21 was better, in my personal opinion. But I'll be honest, I thought Kevin Owens was going to win it. And I was wrong. What do you got? What about you guys?
Um, uh, if I had to rank this Money in the Bank ladder match, I'd put it in my top five. I would. I
Okay.
really liked it. It felt like a true Money in the Bank ladder match. Um, I knew going into this it was either going to be Dean Ambrose or Kevin Owens. I knew they were going to go with either one of those two men, and I was happy for either or winning. Honestly, I think both have their positives. Um, and in terms of like the spots themselves, they were pretty good. You know, there were a lot of spots. They used the ladders very well. I think my personal favorite was just a moment in this match when they set up the two ladders into I think the one main ladder standing up, and you had all six competitors on top of the ladders punching each other. And you had like the camera kind of zoom out and you just see them all just going at it. That was really awesome. And I love the fact that they stressed the idea of this is Money in the Bank. All six men are all on the ladders scratching and clawing, trying to get the briefcase. I was like, that's exactly what this match should be about. Like, I don't know. I was really digging it. I felt like they did a really good job. They told a really good story, and I think it was an overall solid match.
What about you, Ross?
yeah, I really like the match too. I don't know about top five. Like I'd have to like really think about it. There's a few that come to mind that I would say are definitely better. But I still like this match. No like real crazy spots, which is probably the only gripe I had with the match. There's really nothing off memory that I was like, wow, holy shit. A lot of really good stuff, just nothing, to that standard. But I like how they did the ending where you pretty much knew those were the two favorites. So why not play that up and whoever falls off is gonna lose, and that's what happened. So um, I think the right man won, and we'll talk a little bit more about this when we get to the
And
other
if
part.
I would have changed one thing about this, I
Mhm.
think after Dean Ambrose grabbed the briefcase, he
Would have
should have
stood.
done an elbow drop onto Owens with the briefcase from the top of the ladder. I think that would have been really fucking cool too. Just saying.
Yeah, I can agree on that. But I mean, because again, for Dean Ambrose, the night wasn't over yet. The night was not over. There was a lot of still things for him to do, and boy, it happened. So now we can get into the main event. Rome, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Fucking allergies, yo. Kicking my ass right now. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the championship. Overall, I thought this match was a very, very, very good match. What do y'all think? Yeah, would you agree with that, or what do you guys think about that match overall?
Yeah, I agree. It was a great match. Took a little while to get into it, but this was it really felt special. And just some of the stuff they were doing at the end, I was just like, geez, this is I don't know who's gonna win at this stage. Like,
Got beating the
and I
fuck
think
out of each other.
that's what you want out of a match, especially a main event match. You want it to feel like the marbles are on the line, and anything can happen at any time. So I like it when I don't know for certain who's gonna win, because going in I was like, yeah, Reigns for sure. Then as the match was going on, I was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I'll be very honest. This is coming from me. You all know that I'm a quote unquote Roman fan, right? Nothing's wrong with that, but I'll be honest. I was kind of happy that Rollins won here. I was kind of rooting for Rollins here, and I'll tell you why. I mean, if you've watched the WWE Network special, the 24 on Seth Rollins, after watching that, it makes you want to cheer for him. It makes you want to see him get the belt back. It could have been that, I think to an extent it kind of was for a short bit. Probably one of the best comeback stories in the WWE. Here's a guy in Seth Rollins who, was champion. He got hurt. He didn't lose the belt. You know what I mean? He didn't get beat for the belt. He got hurt. And in comes Roman Reigns, wins the tournament, gets cashed on by Sheamus, goes through all the bullshit with the Authority, wins the championship, has his Mania moment while Rollins is hurt, right? And here Rollins comes back, he's 100%, and he wants his belt back. Tell me that's not one of the best comeback stories in WWE.
yeah, I think it's a great comeback story for him. That's for sure. Not anyone could come back from an injury like that.
Exactly. The
I
guy
think
towards
most
ACL,
wrestler, I think
ACL,
most
MCL.
wrestlers, yeah, I think most wrestlers it would take a few extra months.
Well, you, Matt, what do you think?
I, there are a few main events that you watch as a wrestling fan, and you really are just totally invested in the story. You're totally invested in both wrestlers, and you're totally invested in the outcome. And this was one of those matches. It felt special. It felt unique. You were honestly, like you said, rooting for Rollins, and I was too. I mean, out of the Shield, Rollins is my favorite. For me, it goes Rollins, Ambrose, Reigns. Um, and I was really hoping the WWE would surprise us tonight. We'd actually have Rollins win, and I didn't think it would happen, but it did, and I was, I was very happy. What's kind of a cool thing to think about, um, what I loved, you had the fans even, they were booing Roman as they usually do, and they were
Of
cheering
course.
Seth.
Of course they do.
Um,
Haters.
but God, you just envy the people there that actually got to see that match, and especially towards the end with the finishes, when Seth countered that spear into a pedigree.
Oh,
Oh my
In the
God,
air. In the
I was like,
fucking
that's
air.
it.
Out of
I've
nowhere.
never seen that before. That was one of the coolest counters I've seen in a long time.
Exactly,
Um,
dude. Absolutely.
it just it was fantastic. It was
Not only
absolutely
that, but
fantastic.
I mean, let's be real about it. Who felt that this match went way too fucking long? Because normally WWE pay-per-views they end at 11 p.m. or 10:45,
I'm glad it went as long as it
and
did.
they went to like 11:30 almost. Like holy shit! And I'll
Yeah,
be honest, I'm
the
happy
match was
because,
almost 30 minutes long.
and I'm happy because again, they're no longer on pay-per-view restriction. They're on their fucking network. So if they
Hmm.
wanted to, they could have gone. They could have had this shit go to 12 a.m.
Mhm.
When you think about it, which I hope, honestly, they do more of in future events like this. I really do.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Rollins gets the win. The crowd goes crazy, right? And you think, and I'll be very honest, I kind of did sense that too was gonna happen. They play Ambrose music, and Rollins is looking at the entrance area, wait for Ambrose to come out. Little does he know, Dean Ambrose is right behind him, hits him with the briefcase, and cashes in Money in the Bank to become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion after hitting with the Dirty Deeds for the 1, 2, 3. And the crowd goes apeshit again. Because it's Dean Ambrose. Now, my question to the IWC is, are you happy? That's my question. Are you happy that Roman Reigns is no longer champion? I want to know. What about you guys?
I think when you look at the historical context of this night, it's pretty amazing when you look at the statistic or the fact that all three Shield members in one night held the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt. That's pretty cool to think about. They all held it tonight. Um, and I'm okay with it. I really am. I'm very happy that Dean had his moment. They've now all held the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt, and it works for me because for the future of this company going forward, the three talents the WWE are going to focus on as the three main eventers and flagship wrestlers for the company is Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. They're going to base their whole company around those three wrestlers.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, it could be.
Yes, they are going forward.
I mean,
Those
who's it?
those will be the Randy Orton, John Cena, and Triple H's
And
of
I,
the company going
and I can
forward.
agree with you on that, but I personally feel still that for them, they still want Roman to be the guy. They still
Mhm.
want Roman to be the guy. I think that won't
Yeah, and
change.
he's already held the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt 3 times in his
Yeah,
short career so
and
far. So
and that's
yeah,
fine. But I mean, they want him to be, burr, 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 2.0
yes,
with a flow.
yes, and I think you're right here. But what people aren't thinking about is he's not going to always hold the belt. It's going to always go between him, Dean, and Seth, and it's always going to go around that group. In my opinion, I think the Shield is still going to be the main focus of the main event for the next 5 years. They're going to throw in some guys every now and then, but it's always going to go back to those three guys one way or another. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
Yeah,
just
I
like
Um,
it always went back to Cena, Orton, and Triple H in like
yes.
'07, '08, '09.
And I think and I'm okay with that because I think those three men should be the cornerstone of the company to help build the company into the new era going forward. And guys, they're all in their early 30s. I think they're all actually 30 years old. So you can
exactly.
get a good 10 years out of them and really build a company around them going forward. So I think this was a good decision. I think at Payback, you're
Whoa,
going
whoa,
to
whoa.
have
You mean
Roman
battleground?
Battleground. I don't know. All these
Uh,
fucking pay-per-view names, they all sound familiar. At Battleground, you're going to have Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins probably doing like a number one contendership match for SummerSlam for the opportunity to face Dean. There might be some screwy business going on in that match,
Triple threat.
or it might be a double, disqualification or countout or whatever, and that'll lead to the match I predicted, which is a triple threat match with the Shield at SummerSlam. I
You
actually
said
called that.
you said
So
WrestleMania though.
no,
You
I
s
said SummerSlam or WrestleMania.
Well, but still. I mean, it
Yeah,
could very well happen. It could, and
and I think
again,
that'll
it,
be a
it,
SummerSlam main event.
and I agree with that. 'Cause I think again, the idea is, again, for WWE, if they want to really make this SummerSlam one of the biggest shows of the year next to WrestleMania, you have again as a card. It's just an idea here. You have the triple threat: Dean, Ambrose, and Rollins. You have Sasha versus Charlotte for the championship, for the women's championship. You have also AJ versus Cena in the third or fourth match, whatever the fuck it may be. And at the same time, what will Brock be doing? What do you put Brock in this situation?
Orton
It could be Bray. Bray losing all that
could be.
fucking weight.
Could be
Bray's drop.
Goldberg.
Or if not,
Oh,
you can have Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler part 10.
Oh God, hair versus hair match at
yeah,
SummerSlam. You
yep,
heard it
do it.
here.
I'm on board with this now.
Uh, then you have Takeover the day before. Like, holy shit, yo. SummerSlam week, yo, real shit, yo, fuck Orlando. I'm about to go to Brooklyn. Seriously, I'm
It's
dead ass
closer.
on yeah, I don't think I'm doing Orlando this year, to tell you the truth. I think I'm just going to do SummerSlam. Um, Ultimate members of the Shield were the WWE Champion the same night by Matthew Sucriano. I apologize if I botched your name again in advance.
That's a
Sure.
crazy last name. I don't blame you, man.
Yeah, I think it's like European. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. But anywho, I'll tell you guys what. Let's take this shit to the streets. All right, let's take it to the street. Let's see what the people gotta say. Let's see what you guys have to say. If you want to call in now, the phone lines are free. Like you go right now. We got a caller in. We got a caller. 306. You on the air? Who this? Where you from?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What's up? Who this?
This is Mitch.
Mitch. What's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot, Tom. I saw you're live, so I thought I'd give you a call.
What is up, man? How you been, bro?
I've been pretty good. Not doing a whole lot, and thought I would give a call in since you're on the whole talk of Money in the Bank.
All right, all
Y'all,
right.
if y'all don't know who this is my Canadian brother from another mother. This is Global Smith Entertainment's own Mitch Smith. Make sure to check him out. Subscribe to him on YouTube. And he actually just uploaded his WWE Money in the Bank review on his channel. So make sure to go to Global Smith Entertainment and give him a subscribe and a like and a comment, please.
Well,
That's
thanks
your
for that butt plug,
Mitch.
Matt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. It's Italian. Okay, hey, it's Italian. My apologies. It's Italian. The last name. There you go. Miss Scoozy. So Mitch, what match? So what's your overall take though on the main event? What's your thoughts on
My
Ambrose?
overall take on, honestly, I'm going to say one thing. The main event was all right. The one thing that I was super pissed off about in the main event is how all of a sudden after Reigns went against Styles, he started wrestling like a big guy where he should have been doing that all along. I think the one thing that I really griped on, and I'm not that nitpicky with wrestling, but motherfucker, he did a corner power bomb to Roman Reigns, no-sold it right away to a Superman punch. Man, the power bomb in the corner should be fucking feared. It retired Sting, for God's sakes.
And I agree with you on that, but what if this whole notion? Yeah, he hit the turnbuckle, but by the force of it, it bounced him back by the rope. You never. I mean, they could have just gone that route too. You never know.
This is like the second time Roman has done that though, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's like, I think that was my problem in the fact that every time it like he was getting knocked down left and right before against Seth Rollins, but all of a sudden he's doing a suicide dive and then he's running back in the ring and Inzaguri's not dropping him. Like, it just felt like Roman was trying so hard to be that big guy when he should have been that big guy all along. It's like he finally started figuring it out, and I think this match really felt like Roman Reigns was John Cena-esque, and I've been a huge avid supporter of Reigns, where I go, nobody, like, and I will still say to this day, Styles did not carry Reigns through that match. Reigns and Styles made magic. Reigns is a good wrestler.
Thank you.
No, I'm in agreement. I agree.
Thank you.
I will say that. However, I highly disagreed with that power bomb in the corner, just because it's like, now that should be feared, because it legitimately took Sting out and put him out of commission. He's now retired and everything, and it was like Superman punch, and it's like a lot of the things that I've had a problem with how Reigns has been booked is, even in the Money in the Bank, gets the shit kicked out of him with a chair and then comes up out of nowhere, hits a spear. It's like, come on, for fuck's sakes. Really? It's little things like that where I will say it's Cena-esque, where hustle, loyalty, respect, even though I'll never back down, I'll never quit, and I'm just going to prevail out of this. And that's what they do. And I just want them to shake something up with Reigns so he isn't getting shit on.
I hear you, man. I really, really do. But overall, what's your thoughts, though, on Cena versus Styles? I feel like, again, a lot of people right now are feeling some type of way about this. Some are saying, oh my God, he won, but he shouldn't have won that way. It's bullshit. But the way I look at it, since I said this early in the review, people would have bitched even way worse if Cena would have been the one to win first.
Yeah. Well, this is what I will say. The match overall, and I said this in my review as well, when it comes down to everything that has been done in this match, I noticed John Cena. It was very visually clear when you see him. He was talking to AJ that whole time and wasn't trying to cover any of it up. And I was like, come on, man. Like, you're the top guy, and we're seeing you call out all your spots without covering it up or something. Like, I think that was the one thing that I had a problem with. They were doing a great job in the match. I think people want to expect too much out of these two. They want these guys to put all their tricks in one match, and I think that's stupid. You can't reveal everything you're going to do and stuff, and they're still feeling each other out.
Exactly.
Styles going over, I think Styles going over, guys, wasn't bad. The club coming in, people will say, well, he looks like a bitch now. Well, he's a fucking heel. Come on. He's a heel. He can do that. He went over in the match. I'm just dreading the fact that I hope this isn't a fucking John Cena and Nexus. I hope this isn't a fucking John Cena and Bray Wyatt, a John Cena and Rusev, a John Cena and Ryback. The list will go on and on of guys I can name that he will put the guy over in the first match and then fucking win the next two.
Exactly.
And if they do it, and if they do that, I'm going to fucking highly resent him again. Because this guy wins every fucking feud he's in.
And I agree.
Like, fuck. Like, if you can name a feud that Cena has successfully lost, name it. Because
CM
Kevin
Punk?
Owens last year.
CM Punk.
I can name another one. Brock Lesnar.
CM Punk.
Brock Lesnar the second time, not the first time.
CM Punk, SummerSlam.
I mean, The Rock, the first match they had, I guess, technically. So they waited all
Well, the first match, but Cena went over in the last match, and they never faced off against
so they
him.
never did so.
CM Punk,
so
Money in the Bank, then
technically Cena
SummerSlam,
went over.
2011.
Yep. Cena never won any of those
Okay.
matches.
I'll put CM Punk in that category because they took him serious, but the long list that I just named out, we named maybe two out of that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we named two out of Rusev, Ryback,
Kevin Owens.
like Bray Wyatt,
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
You wanna go back further? You can go to like Umaga, guys like that.
The Great Khali.
Umaga's perfect. And if you want to go further back,
Kurt Angle.
down to when feud for Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho.
Edge actually won the feud against Cena in 2009.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but Edge also lost the feud against John Cena when he first became the WWE champion.
Yeah, in
Big
2006, but their other feud in 2009, Edge actually came out on top.
A Big Show.
Oh God.
I just feel that if they're gonna do Styles, and this isn't a fucking internet fucking smark like a lot of people say, oh, the internet smarks are out at it again, saying this stuff. I'm just saying, AJ Styles, and this goes for anybody. It could be anything. The Nexus was the biggest fail ever because, and it could have been the next best thing, and fucking Cena ruined it. And he knows he ruined it because he went out on an occasion and said he was wrong and Nexus should have went over at SummerSlam during that huge angle. So fuck, like I don't care if it's AJ Styles, I don't care if it's Finn Balor, I don't care if it's anybody. Somebody needs to go over cleanly or dirty and win the feud. Maybe you can say even Seth Rollins went over at SummerSlam. But
Here's my
again,
question to you, Mitch. Here's an interesting point to bring up, right? If you're gonna have somebody win a feud against Cena, wouldn't you rather it be someone who could benefit in the long run and be an actual contender or a main player for the WWE in the next few years? What I'm getting at is
Shinsuke!
let's say you have AJ go over. He's pushing 40. How many more years do you think AJ's gonna wrestle full time? Shut up, Steven. For the WWE.
Shinsuke.
well,
Shinsuke.
I'll use a perfect example. Like I get what you mean with the style thing. I just think I want to see.
Steven, shut up!
I just think overall, if we want to talk about guys that were pushed properly with Dean Ambrose, and I think the only way they did that, if we want to kind of connect the barrier of building up future stars, they built up Dean Ambrose right from the start. Teased him winning the WWE Championship last year when he dropped down with it in a ladder match. So they teased it and to test out the fan reaction. And then to top everything off, he wins it. But again, they put him up against a veteran, Chris Jericho, a guy that beat Rock and Stone Cold at the same night to become the first ever WWE United States champion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Drink it in. Honestly, if you have that all set up, I think Dean Ambrose is perfectly built up by Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho knows how to put these stars over and make them look good. I don't know. I just find Cena right now quirky. It's.
I mean, you gotta remember too, though. I mean, Cena right now is in the part-time position. He's in a part-time role. He's transitioning to that part-time role. So
he is.
I mean,
I don't know if I'm just being fucking critical. It's just.
Well, what I'm getting at is, you're right with Dean. They pushed him properly. Dean's 30 years old. He's going to have a good 10 years left in him, at minimum. You know, he might possibly go over that. I don't think he will, but let's just say 10 years for argument's sake. AJ and Cena are both 39, pushing 40. What I'm getting at is, I think the WWE doesn't view this as, oh, we're just going to we're burying AJ Styles, oh, we're ruining his career, because the fact that he's pushing 40, the fact that he is a veteran, I don't think it bothers them as much if Cena goes over on him. And if anything, that's Vince's sick little fucked up way of saying WWE is better than TNA. The face of WWE has beaten the face of TNA in a feud. I mean, they did it with Sting and Triple H when they did WCW versus WWE at WrestleMania 31. They're probably going to do it with Cena going over TNA, a.k.a. AJ Styles at SummerSlam.
Now, what if they're acknowledging more New Japan? Because remember, Cena acknowledged Ring of Honor, PWG, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Ichiban #1.
Wait, what?
Didn't you watch last week's episode of Raw where Cena acknowledged
Yeah,
PWG,
what are you getting at? Yeah, what do you mean?
They're not going to acknowledge TNA.
No, I know they're not going to acknowledge TNA. I'm saying Steven, wait, let me finish.
Which by the way, on this channel, I've uploaded a TNA fanboy parody. Speaking of TNA, I feel like it's a good transition, right? Go check that out if you want to get a laugh in. I pretty much imitate a TNA defender, a fanboy, if you will. And based off the positive feedback, which again, thank you all for those who watched and shared and all that fun stuff, I will be doing a WWE fanboy parody video and as well a part 2 to TNA fanboy parody. Just letting you know. Matt, carry on. I apologize,
yes,
Matt.
I don't. No, they're never going to acknowledge TNA. Never in a million years will they do that. But I think for Vince McMahon, for his own personal enjoyment, I think deep down it will give him satisfaction to know that his face of his company defeated the face of TNA's company in a feud. So that's what I think. Honestly, I think that's what it's going to revolve around for Vince McMahon, not for us or casual fans watching, because they're never going to mention TNA.
I mean, they're not. I mean, they're not. It's Florida. But other than that, though, I don't think they're looking at Cena and AJ like the face of TNA. Yeah, granted, he is. But I think it's just more like New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because they're acknowledging.
I think they knew he was the face of TNA.
Yeah, I'm sure, but if you know when he debuted, they didn't acknowledge him as a former TNA World Champion.
No, because they're not going to. That's what I'm saying. That's irrelevant. I'm saying it's for Vince. It's not for anything. It's Vince McMahon. I'm sure deep down is thinking that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, it's deep down but they'll never mention the TNA thing. And honestly, to be honest with you, yeah, people can say he made his name in TNA and stuff. Yeah, and you see the blurbs of him in WCW and stuff before he went to NWA TNA, and then they just called it TNA to Impact Wrestling. And yes, he made a name going against Christopher Daniels, and the list goes on and on and on. However, and people may hate me for this, people may fucking agree with this. I think in the time span where he left TNA,
Was better than 17. I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
he made a brand. It wasn't just AJ Styles and TNA. He made his own brand. He surfed the independents. He went to Ring of Honor. He did a lot of shows, and then he went to Japan.
He refound
Killed
himself.
Japan. Yeah, he revived himself. He created the AJ Styles brand.
But
And
Mitch, I think you're forgetting something.
To reply a comment though, Alex Edford's right here. AJ wasn't WWE. AJ Styles wasn't WWE before.
Damn
yes,
it, I was
he was
about
there.
to say that. This
He
was
was
his
there.
return to WWE.
But here's the thing about it though. By the time when AJ was in WWE back in 02, he was an enhancement talent. He wasn't signed to a deal. He was there because apparently, WWE was in the area where he was from, and let's bring him in so he can put over Hurricane or some other guy. It's not like he was signed to a deal.
Well, no. Actually,
I think people confuse it a lot. Like, oh, he was signed. No, he was not. He was just brought in.
they offered him.
He declined.
A developmental deal.
And he
Yes,
declined. He declined
yes.
it. So he was never he never signed the deal. He just bought it as an enhancement talent. Get it right, damn it. Well, Mitch, I'll tell you what, bro. I'm gonna take a couple more calls and wrap up this show. All right, buddy. Thanks for calling in. All right, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Sounds good, guys. Thank you for
Hi,
having me.
Mitch.
Bye,
Love
Mitch.
Yeah, nice talking to
Bye.
you, Mitch. See you.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, reading the comments here. Jeff Hardy wants to end his career at Mania. TNA will never be better than WWE. Right now, the best is Lucha Underground. TNA 2007 was lit.
Yeah, that guy is just all over the place.
I mean, yeah, it was lit, though. Back in 07, TNA was lit.
Yeah, no,
It was.
07 was good, and borderline 08, but then you get to 9, 10, 11. It's just,
Here's the thing about it. 10 to me was tolerable. 10 was tolerable. 2011, that's where the shit hit the fan.
oh, God.
You know what's funny, though? And I'm mad I didn't do this in the video. I'll tell you guys off the air.
Okay. Yeah.
516, you on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, 516, you on the air. Who this? Where you from?
Sam from Long Island.
What's up, brother? How you been, man?
Great. Doing great. Great pay-per-view.
All right. What you enjoy? What was your favorite match, man?
Oh, shit, that's tough. Probably I would go with AJ Styles and John Cena.
Okay. All right. I mean, overall, I thought, again, did you think it lived up to the expectation of a dream match? Like, what you would have done differently if you were booking? What you would have done? Talk to me, buddy.
I don't know. I would honestly have AJ Styles to swing clean, but, he's a heel. He'll have to, all fight win dirty pretty much. So, I don't know. It'd been nice to see John Cena win clean,
Well, and here's actually something I want to ask you then. The
Sure.
problem with AJ just winning clean is why would they need to continue the feud then?
I don't know.
I
John
think
Cena
it's more
always comes back anyway, so.
I think it was more like, okay, yeah, you beat me once, let's see you do it again.
Yeah, and I guess. But Cena's not the kind of guy to say, well, it was a fluke. Cena just would have been like, well, I lost. Let's have another match. And I don't, who cares? Like, that's not as interesting to me as
Yeah, no.
them actually
I wanted to see, like, Finn Balor, honestly. Like, Finn Balor maybe, help him out. I'd like to go out and, I don't know, he gets knocked out. Finn? Steven Finn or something?
Say that again, buddy.
I want to see, like, Finn Balor maybe debut or something.
Well, the way I look at it, from what I've been hearing, the word on the street is that at Takeover Brooklyn 2, it will be Finn Balor versus Nakamura.
Yeah, that's a good match. It's going to be a big-ass match.
That will be his send-off match. To my understanding, I could be wrong on it. I could be wrong. I even read reports that he might be doing double duty like Kevin Owens did last year, where he was part of Takeover and then he did SummerSlam against Cesaro. He might be doing something like that too. But again, time will tell. Honestly though, I think though before WrestleMania 33, he'll be part of the main roster. That's what
I don't know. They could still have him be heel like on NXT if he's still heel on the main roster too. They can still do him be heel going against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. What match did you not like?
I like most of the matches. It's just United States title is pointless. They just gave it to him because of how stupid how stupid the suspension was.
Say that again. I think you're speaking too fast. I feel like you just relax. Breathe, relax. Say that
Yeah,
again.
I'm Tom.
All right.
The suspension was just stupid. I didn't care after the United States title match.
Okay.
Yeah. I
All
like the
right.
main event, though. It was boring for the first couple of minutes, and then it got better.
All right. All right. Did you go ape shit when Ambrose cashed in? Did you lose your mind?
Yeah,
Or?
so I was screaming like, holy, I was screaming. I was like loud. I was screaming like, yeah. And when I ape shit, yeah.
It's all good, brother. It's all good, man. Fantastic. I'll tell you what, brother. I'm gonna take a couple more calls and wrap up this show. All right, thanks for calling in. All right.
All right, thanks.
Be
Have
easy,
a good
buddy.
night, man.
Take it easy, buddy.
See you.
I gotta take a couple more calls, and again, some people are excited, some people are just so thrilled. You know what I mean? That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. But yeah, we'll take a couple more calls, guys, and wrap up the show. The Diva match sucked. Hey, what's up, guy? By the Angry Mark. It was like John Cena versus Kevin Owens. Like Kevin beat Cena the way. Then they have the second match and Cena wins. Okay. But again, guys, if you want to call in, let me just take off this do not call in sign, and boom, the lines are open again. If you want to call in and
Grab a cocktail, just relax. Give us a
exactly.
call.
We got a caller here. Here we go. 832, you're on the air. What's up? Who is this? Where you from?
Hey, it's Alex.
Al, what's up, brother? How you been?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic, brother. Just chill like a cucumber right now on this early
look-
Monday
I-
morning. What happened, brother?
I low-key just wanted to talk about one thing that really got me mad about the main event. I mean, not the main event, the pay-per-view.
Oh, what is it, brother? Guess.
It was when Big Cass and Enzo Amore, they counted 3, but then, like, I don't know if you guys saw that, but Enzo Amore and Big Cass low-key won the match.
I guess. I mean, we've seen that before, though, haven't we? It was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's 3.
yeah.
It's
yeah, I've
3,
seen
but it's
that
not really
before.
3.
Yeah. I mean,
Sometimes,
it's a minor thing that happens from time to time. So if he
Yeah.
doesn't ring the
sometimes,
bell, he doesn't ring the bell. I mean,
sometimes I also sometimes I lose track myself, and I think it's a 3 and it's not. So I
Yeah.
have to rewatch it as well.
Are there matches that I've seen, and I'll be real, I forget that the guy counted 1. He's right to 2 and 3 already.
yeah, I'm with you on that. That happens.
Ever happened? Like, you imagine you being a wrestler and you fuck up your spot. Oh, here he counted 1, or I can just kick out the next spot. It's 3. Oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure it happened on the independent.
nerve wracking.
I'm sure it has. But
Did you
overall,
guys
go on, brother. What are you gonna say?
all wanted Dean Ambrose to win?
I'll be honest. And I said this early in the review. I'm I guess I'm a Roman fan. You feel me? But at the same time, after watching Rollins' special on the network, the 24 special, after watching that, it made you want to cheer for Rollins. It made you want to see him get his comeback. It made you want to see him get the belt back. And he did. But at the same time, though, you kind of knew in the back of your mind, yeah, that's going to happen. Like, he was celebrating in the ring with the belt, and boom, out of nowhere, in came the cash in.
Yeah, and I'm actually good with it too because, look, if they would have given Rollins a 1 month title reign and Ambrose takes the title at Battleground, who cares, right?
Now,
But if you do it, but
Well,
if you do it in one night, it makes it more historic and more memorable to say that all 3 members of the Shield held the title in one night. I think that's a much better historical moment than just him holding it for a month, just to give it to him for a month and then play hot potato.
now my question to you guys is like, all around here, right?
Okay.
With now that Ambrose is the champ, do you see all 3 members of the Shield in one brand, or do you
I see a
them?
triple threat
No. But I'm saying though,
about it.
He's saying
No,
overall.
no. But what I'm saying is, with the draft coming up, do you see all 3 of them on the same brand, or one of them on Raw, or 2 of them on SmackDown, or?
Ooh.
Because eventually, you think about, from what I heard as well, the idea was to have Roman and Cena on separate brands.
Okay, I think Roman will stay on Raw. I think that is a
Yeah.
given. Roman will be on Raw, and it could go either way with Seth and Dean. Seth will probably stay on Raw. I see Dean going to SmackDown, and if they break up the world title, I see Dean being a major player for that title on SmackDown, probably.
I see Seth Rollins going to SmackDown with Cena, and Roman, he stays at Raw, And Dean, I think he stays at Raw too.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. I
It
want to
could go
believe
either way, though.
all three will be on the same brand, but something tells me they'll leave one on SmackDown.
Yeah, you kind of need to break it up a little bit because I
Mhm.
mean you're gonna need something different. Because if not, it's just all three of them going for the title over and over and over, and that'll get a little repetitive. I think the three of them will be the cornerstone and the foundation for this new era going forward. But you can't keep going towards you can't keep reusing them over and over and over. You need to have breaks, right? So if you break one of them off to SmackDown, you can eventually bring him back to Raw and put him back into the main title picture, which I think they will do. But you need to have a break every now and then, and I think a good way to do that is to break the Shield up a little bit.
All right.
From my prediction for like the Money in the Bank ladder match, I wanted Chris Jericho to win, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. But speaking of the John Cena versus AJ Styles with the person on the other call who just hanged up, I see them doing what they did to Kevin Owens. Like Kevin Owens beat Cena, then Kevin Owens they verse again, then Cena beats Kevin. Then guess they go for like a third match and see
I'll be
who's
honest though, and I'll be
top
very.
dog.
But I hear what you mean, but the way I look at it too, though, I feel like because it's AJ Styles, this is gonna be even bigger than the Kevin Owens match for Cena, more upscale. Because again,
Yeah,
it's AJ Styles. You know what I mean? We don't know though. We don't know what's gonna happen. The way I look at it too, though, AJ Styles is already an established name in wrestling. That I don't see how the fuck he can get buried. You guys get what I'm going with that? Almost like
Yeah.
he's already made a name for
yeah,
himself outside of WWE. You think about it, AJ Styles didn't need to go to WWE. Didn't have to go.
Mm-mm.
If he want, he could have retired after being in New Japan. And guess what? He's a fucking millionaire. He was already a fucking millionaire before WWE. Sorry if I curse. I
yeah,
apologize. But at the end of the day, I don't see this whole logic of him getting buried. He's buried. He's buried. I'm gonna tell you something that I heard Solomon say on his podcast, and I kind of agree with him too on this. AJ Styles is a guy. Yeah, he was made in TNA. That's where you got to start, right? In TNA Impact Wrestling or Florida, right? And he left TNA, went to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he became one of the top guys in New Japan, along with Okada and Tanahashi, and became IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Literally repackaged himself after leaving TNA. But with all that, he was part of Tokyo Dome, all that. Went to WWE. Didn't have to go, but he did. Didn't change his name. He pretty much skipped developmental, went straight to the main roster. Again, with all that I mentioned, and he wrestled for the championship. Literally in under a year of being there. So in
yeah.
a way, he's already a main event guy. He's already a top guy in that company. And like I said earlier, he's already an established name that there's no way that the term burial connects with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm,
I think you're 100% right. I think anyone that says that they're completely ridiculous. Because AJ is so established. He is not one of their top guys, obviously. I don't think he
But
will be.
again, he made it. He
He
made it. He made a name for himself outside of
Yes,
WWE.
he currently is a legend. You could literally classify him as a legend right now in the WWE from other companies. So yes, I do not think it hurts AJ Styles. Actually, can I bring up something I just read in the chat? I think it's kind of interesting.
Sure.
From TN Couponer says a lot of things, but one of the things that stood out to me the most: New Day could break up after the draft. That's kind of interesting, and it made me think of something. What if, and they teased this on Monday Night Raw, that New Day would be broken up from the draft. I don't think they will, but let's go and let's speculate for a minute. With Raw and SmackDown being two separate brands, and they're going to, I think, switch around the titles, wouldn't it be interesting? And this could be a very distinct possibility that with this cruiserweight um, tournament going on right now, that they could very well crown a cruiserweight champion
I
and
don't.
have and
I mean,
have and Steven
all right. Go
and
on.
have that champion go to SmackDown, which
I
I could
mean,
very well see. I could very well see that being a possibility. And what I'm getting at is, if they were to break up New Day, God forbid, I don't want them to do that. I think that would be a mistake. If they were to do that and they keep Kofi and Big E on Raw as the champions, and they move Xavier to SmackDown, he could very well be the face of the X or
wow,
TNA.
whoa,
Oh God. He could.
the
Well,
Super
hey!
Juniors
Look, I
of
had
the
a flashback. I had a
of the Super
flashback.
Juniors
Consequences Creed
Consequences Creed.
in TNA.
versus
He could
versus
very
Booker T versus
Steven.
Booker T.
He could very well be the face of the cruiserweight division on SmackDown. And I think that would actually be very interesting. What do you think? Do you think that
It
could
could
even be a
it,
possibility?
it could be a possibility, but I think honestly though, that whole Super Juniors, my bad, cruiserweights or X Division, whatever you want to call them, that whole tournament concept is for NXT. It's an NXT based thing. To my understanding, there's one of the guys that's in that tournament, 37 WWE. I think one of the guys is Noam Dar, who's like 20 something, who's like in his he's in early 20s, talented as fuck. There's a match that he had back in England when he was only 19. And he wrestled Davey Richards. Fucking amazing match. So that kid, I can see him going places in the business in WWE especially. It's crazy because that same guy I'm telling you about was a part of TNA's British Boot Camp, season 2. Ironic, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, again, listen, this whole cruiserweight thing, it could be, it very well could be, but at the same time though, you have to bring in more guys though. Like maybe you sign a couple guys for the tournament. Maybe you sign Zack Sabre Jr. Maybe you sign who else is in the tournament? Zack Sabre Jr.
I know
who else?
Tajiri's in there.
Tajiri's in there, but come on, that's not Tajiri. Come on.
Oh, I know.
Noam
If
Dar.
If they're desperate for more talent for this brand split, maybe they will sign Tajiri.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're going to bring in some NXT guys too. I'm more than sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Call up guys. I honestly believe if they do break up New Day, that's a good way
Bushi.
to keep
Bushi's
Xavier
forgot.
relevant, and I think he could very well carry that division by himself or whoever he's working with. But he could very well be the face of the cruiserweight division on SmackDown if they were to do it. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't even think this is going to happen. But I'm saying this could possibly happen. It's a possibility.
What I was thinking with the tag team thing, if I'll say I was like doing the whole draft, I would put like the group together, like New Day's group, send them over to SmackDown or Raw, and have the Dudleys go to one of the brands. I think they should do that.
Very well.
Because if I see them go separately, I wouldn't see them going anywhere.
It could be, man. Very well could be. But again, we'll see what happens. The road to SummerSlam is looking very, very lit, if you will. I think that's what the kids are saying now, right? Lit.
I think so.
It's lit,
I don't
bro.
know.
It's fucking lit, man. Yeah, man. I went to the supermarket today, yo. I was in the fucking produce aisle, yo, and that shit was fucking lit, man. They got tangerines on sale for $1, man. That shit's fucking lit. That's how stupid this shit sounds.
Right.
The one thing I
Stevens.
just don't like about the people, like the fans nowadays, is they always think Chris Jericho sucks. But I mean, I don't get mad at them because I know
Who's
they're
saying
just
that? Do
casual
people
fans.
say that?
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta
like,
remember, Jericho's old in age already. Jericho's already up in age, and
His pecs are a little deflated.
he's in the point of his career, like, yo, his time's already passed him already. Jericho is a guy that, honestly, I bring him up then and there. I wouldn't have him on, like, on a full-time base. But other than that, I mean, what are you gonna say,
when
Jimmy?
like the fans say that, I don't really care. I just know they're like casual fans. If they haven't like done the research and actually seen what that guy has done.
I mean, you gotta remember, like, again, a lot of most of his big moments were like in 2001, 2002, 2003. Part of if you want, part of 08, 09. A lot of most of these kids were probably doing something different at that age. I don't know, but that's fans free today,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times today when I see Jericho feud, I get disappointed. Like with the Ambrose feud, I feel like they could have done a lot more with that.
I just thought they didn't have any chemistry together. They didn't have that connection.
yeah, they were lacking something, but Jericho definitely still has it. It's just
Just don't make him the world
he
champion.
doesn't always show it.
Just don't make him the world champion. You know, I think at the same
Yeah.
time, I think also at the same time, he doesn't give a fuck. He's already made his money. He's on a part-time basis. Main priority is Fozzy. That's his podcast, by the way. Those are
I
his two
love
main
his podcast.
Yeah, he's got a good podcast. Yep.
Yeah, but those are his two main priorities. Like Lashley. Lashley, his main priority is not TNA, it's Bellator.
Talk is Jericho.
Let's say what, Alex. I'm gonna take like maybe one or two more calls and
Good.
wrap up this show,
Yeah,
buddy.
one
Can-
more.
One-
I ask you
more
like
call.
one. Can I ask you guys one quick question?
Yeah, man.
Who's
Ask.
Who's your favorite NXT superstar? My personally is Austin Aries.
Okay. Currently, right now, I'm gonna say Nakamura, because again, the guy's just fucking amazing. Honestly, not for nothing yet. The day I get married, I would have Nakamura just walk down my aisle for my wedding. For no fuck, just walk. You know what I mean? Be the ring guy. You know what I mean? Just carry the rings, and do his funny walk and shit, just for shits and giggles, yo. Just for fucking shits and giggles.
For me,
Thank you for having me, dude.
For me, to answer your question, I think it comes down to two wrestlers, Nakamura and Joe, but I think I like Joe better.
Of course you do.
And I would have
One-
to say just one name is Shinsuke!
I think you'll say Ty Dillinger or
God.
Elias Sampson, the
The
Drifter.
fuck are you? Fuck are you talking about?
All right, I'll take it easy, buddy. Take it easy, all right?
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Peace out. I gotta take like one more call and then wrap up this show because I know a lot of you guys, well, this panel here, have work in the morning, other priorities. By the way, I know it's late already, but happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Those that are fathers, those that are about to be fathers, or those that are not fathers yet. So, Matt, Ross, happy Father's Day, gentlemen.
Oh, thanks.
And all my illegitimate children from all the hookers I've had sex with on Bourbon Street.
Now think about this, right? Now think about this. If she ever called you daddy, it's your holiday too.
Oh, I saw that meme. That shit was funny.
If she ever called you daddy in bed, hey.
It's just a meme of like Barack Obama's face with those words.
I actually like Jericho's old theme song. I still remember Jericho and Storm in Smoky Mountain Wrestling as the Thrill Seekers in '95. The Cruiserweights coming back to WWE. It's a tournament for now, so we'll see what happens.
I think that's a way for them to reintroduce it before they bring back the title.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yep, and it's got to be on SmackDown.
Yep. It's happening.
Nah, I'd say honestly keep her enough for NXT.
No.
Okay.
Cause I think honestly though, real shit, I think the NXT crowd at Full Sail would appreciate it more.
They only have an hour though. They don't have
I
enough
know,
time.
but that's all you need though.
They already have so many belts. Well, I
3
guess so
titles,
does Raw or
yeah.
SmackDown. I don't know.
That's all you need though. Go ahead, voicemail her.
Do you think NXT needs a title before you win the NXT title? Like, there's a tag division, there's the women's, and then there's just the main title. Do you think there needs to be another title before you get
No,
there?
I really don't. Because it's not really its own. I guess it is its own brand,
All
but
right,
it's
all right. We got a final caller. A12, what's up? Where you from?
maybe a television title.
Yo, my name's the PW Outsider, bitches. What up?
Who's this
Oh, what's up?
mofo?
Brennan, what's up, brother? How you all right today?
I'm good, man. How's life? How are things?
Much better now that you're here, man. I miss you.
Exactly.
I miss you too, brother. I miss you too. What we all seems like you all, somewhat enjoyed Money in the Bank, at least from what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Well, so what you want to talk about, man?
Did you enjoy the pay-per-view?
I want to call in and say that, enjoying the show. You guys, when you guys get together, it's always magic. So,
Do you believe
Money in
in
the Bank.
Do you believe in magic? Shooby dooby doo bop bop shooby dooby dooby doo bop bop magic.
Every time I watch you
God,
guys,
gay.
I
No, I'm not.
I start to believe in that magic again. Only, it happens in my pants every time I watch you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Brennan, I that image will follow me for the rest of my life.
Me
Kind
too.
of like
Well,
herpes.
Me too,
Brennan, so I
buddy.
wanted to ask you. You probably had some sick personal enjoyment for Roman Reigns losing the title tonight, right?
I had sick personal enjoyment. I saw a meme that said, when Rollins won the title, I came, and then it had Dean Ambrose holding the title, and it says, I came again.
Like
Actually,
like Val Venus.
what you want to say is, I saw, I conquered, I came.
It's like, now we all get what we've been wanting for like ever, and we're going to get WrestleMania 33, the
Which-
Shield triple threat.
I think honestly SummerSlam, which
SummerSlam.
honestly I'm kind of happy with, because like I said, I don't think I'm doing Orlando this year. And then in the long, I don't know. I might. I don't know yet, but
Yeah.
I think
I-
Brooklyn is
I-
more close to me, so I'll just do Brooklyn.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about Orlando this year. I think I'm going to talk to my brother and see if we can't, like, do the every other year thing. So I'll go. Maybe we'll go to 34, but we probably won't go to 33 this year.
Well, I'm probably going to 33, so fuck you fuckers.
Yep.
If you don't
I'm
go.
probably going to.
Yeah, there you go, Ross.
I've never been to it, Florida.
I've been to Florida. You want to have the best thrill, dude? You got to go to. No, never mind. I can't say it. It's too soon. It's too soon.
Oh, so
Okay.
you gotta go. You gotta.
I was gonna say.
you got-
I was gonna say go to the Disney resort hotels, right? You gotta go to the
It's
fucking.
like go.
Yeah,
Like,
watch
go
out
to-
for the alligators. They'll get you.
Go. No, you
It's
gotta
like
go to
you
the,
go to the.
There was a
hit up the
holiday.
Disney.
There was a Holiday Inn that I went to. This was like back when I was like probably 12. Because again, my mother traveled, so she got the hookup, right? It's a Holiday Inn hotel, Disney based, Disney themed. It's like literally, it's like dead ass fucking amazing hotel. Their pool was the shit though. I remember that crowd. They had like a basketball court, everything. It was fucking lit. There I go again.
Right,
Using
when
the
you
word
walk-
lit.
There you go again.
The word lit.
Yeah,
It was lit, bitch.
It's like it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. That's what I was gonna say though. You hit up Disney Resort, maybe hit the alligators, and then maybe hit up a gay
fuck.
nightclub.
Oh.
No, damn.
Oh.
God
no.
damn it, Brennan.
And then, Brennan, go visit your favorite singer. Give her a little visit and
Oh,
pop her a question.
God damn it.
Or, just shoot the shit with her.
Yeah, shoot the shit.
You
You know,
guys see this meme? Did you see this meme? It's apparently what Disney, what the new sheets, the new bed cover that Disney's selling. It's an alligator with the mouth open, with the little with the little kid inside of it.
Oh
Fuck.
God.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Bro, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I'm gonna ask Matt because you're from the South here. You're the Southest guy in this panel right now.
I'm the southest guy.
Have you ever eaten alligator?
Yes, I've had an alligator burger. It's very good.
Amazing.
Oh, I wonder if they had. I wonder if they had that in Dallas. They had like every other fucking burger at that
Dude,
burger joint we went to.
that spa we went to in Dallas, Twisted Root Burger.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. And I know this has nothing to do with the review, but fuck it, we already reviewed the show anyway. But what I will say, the best burger I've ever had in my life was in
Oh
Dallas.
God.
Twisted Root
Yeah.
Burger. I know it may sound like I'm saying it too soon. Like, wait a minute, what the fuck? But I swear to God, I wish there was a Twisted Root Burger here in the Northeast, in the Tri-State area.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so good.
No
Yeah,
bullshit.
better
I had an oral orgasm eating
Nah.
that burger.
No, dude.
Better than fucking Whataburger. Whataburger.
I tried. I heard everybody trashing Whataburger. What I had, it wasn't like Chick-fil-A. Oh my God, it's so great.
Dude. If
But-
you say
Yeah.
I hated it. You know what, Ross? When you know what I said when I had it? I said, "What? What is this? A burger?"
You're
This
like
is
whatever.
crap."
I had the chicken sandwich. I thought it was good. I liked their spicy ketchup.
yeah,
That was like a
Matt,
Yeah,
if
their
you-
spicy ketchup. I did try their spicy ketchup. Their spicy ketchup was on point.
No. You want to know what was the shit, dude? That the most banging thing I ate, real shit, on the way home on the plane, had a quinoa wrap. Guess how much they fucking billed me for that?
$12.
Oh God.
$16.50.
Oh, wow.
$16.50, including a can of Coke.
They build you. Wait, what?
Yeah. No, so what it is now, so on planes, right? Like, you gotta pay now to eat there on the plane. Let's say they come with a little cart, right? Let's say you want like a sandwich and shit. You gotta pay for it right there.
And guys, this is our analysis. If you're just tuning in now of WWE Money in the Bank 2016, we're talking about the pre-show match right now.
I know. No, it was crazy. No, it was crazy though. So on the way over there, on the way to Dallas, I sat next to someone that watches the show and shit. And he's like, "Oh, I'll hook you up with the song." All right, cool, whatever. But yeah.
Matt would have been very proud of the people in front of me on the way there to Dallas on the plane, because they were just throwing back alcoholic beverage after alcoholic beverage. And
But Vernon, you don't drink though, Vernon. You don't drink though, Vernon. You don't drink. You drink Hawaiian.
No, he's saying I would have supported that.
Yeah. Of course.
No. Although you will be surprised. I have picked that up. I have picked up that habit.
Started drinking?
Oh, damn.
I did.
I'm so proud of you, Brennan.
No.
Man, that's awesome.
I did. I started with Mike's Hard Lemonade. You know, start
work your way
soft.
up.
Work my way up. Yeah.
Bro, you come to my house, they'll laugh. You bring that shit, they laugh at you, bro. They laugh at you.
Come to my house.
Man.
We'll just slowly pour it out, and we'll get you something a little harder. We won't laugh.
Well,
we start you off with the Corona.
It's like I picked up that habit right after fucking Dallas, and I'm like, I couldn't have picked the worst time to pick it up. I should have picked it up while I was in Dallas, and I had a blast.
I wonder if I helped influence your decision at all.
You probably did.
Well, I just figured you gotta live a little, you know.
Muffins. All right, man. Incorporated muffins. But I'll tell you what, Brendan, it's time to wrap up the show, dude, because I have to work. I work in the morning. So,
yeah,
we'll
I
talk
understand.
to you soon, buddy.
Yeah, talk to you then, buddy. Bye bye.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Feel the burn. Feel the burn, Brennan.
Feel the burn. I'm still feeling the burn, man.
Feel the burn.
All right.
There we go.
All right, guys, going to wrap up the show now. We thank you all tonight for tuning in live for the pay-per-view review. I know at the end we talked about something random, but hey, it is what it is, you know. We're on the road to SummerSlam, road to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, we go hard, right, apparently.
Yeah, Brooklyn, we go hard.
I know, right? You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you want to support this channel, take the extra mile to support this channel and the Team Heel podcast, become a Patreon over on Patreon, patreon.com/Team Heel podcast, and get yourself some cool rewards, cool perks in the process, and a future live shout out on this live stream that I normally do. Kick it away, Matt. Promote social media.
And this is Matt from In the Rope Show. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/In the Rope Show 2 on YouTube. We also have a Twitter, which is at In the Rope Show, or at Matt ITRS, or at BrewBaby69. We also have a Facebook group, which is called the ITRS Treehouse, because what happens in the treehouse stays in the treehouse.
What about Ross? What about you?
You can check me out on Gold Standard 000. It's not spelled triple. I just say it that way. It's like looking at Triple H, 3 H's. You don't look. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. I explain that too hard. But
Hunter Helmsley. Oh
yes,
shit, let's call him Triple H.
You don't say HHH. You say Triple H. There we go.
There you go.
So follow me on there, which I'll have my review of Money in the Bank pretty shortly up on there. And I have a lot of other videos that you can go check out.
Yes.
And follow me on Twitter, Gold Standard 000, yet again. And Instagram, pinstripes_90, where you can see baseball cards and wrestling pictures for the most part. So, yeah.
There you go. And again, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't seen it already, I strongly recommend all of you to go check out my TNA fanboy parody video that I did this early in the week that I did, where I pretty much pretend to be a TNA fanboy and show TNA fanboy effects, if you will. Is that the right word to use? Effects? Or symptoms, like? I guess, yeah, symptoms, like, right? TNA
Yeah.
fanboy
Yeah.
symptoms, if you will. It got a good laugh, got a good reaction by a lot of people on Twitter and Facebook and all. It's crazy. I woke up the next day, it's like my Facebook just fucking blew up or whatever, right? You haven't checked that out, you go check it out. And I'll be doing also real soon, sometime in the upcoming week, a WWE fanboy parody. And at the same time, I'll be doing a part number 2 to the TNA fanboy parody. So be on the lookout when that shit hits, that shit drops on the channel. TEAMHEEL podcast live this coming Wednesday, episode 152 on this channel. Again, we'll take your live calls and all that fun stuff. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. I'm Heel Steven. I'm joined by Matt from In the Rope Show and Gold Standard 000. We are out like Janet's titties. Peace easy, everyone. Let's hit the music. The other day, and I told her, damn Dixie, 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 damn Dixie. Whatever, Dixie, the Dixie,